Yeah, so I heard a load of advice the other day from my friends about building muscle. I need to be working out for longer. I need to be there as long as possible. Yeah, there's no such thing as good carb, right? I mean, I've got to reduce the amount of carbs I'm having. No bread. No bread. You know, bread's bad. I'm never feeling sore after a workout. You know, what's the point? I'm doing it, but I don't feel like I'm making any difference. You know, I look in the mirror and I see no change.
These are some of the basic mistakes that people are listening to. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the basic things I wish I knew before I started my muscle building journey. Because if you take on these tips, you'll get there faster. Hello everybody, Jason Davis here at Body Remastered. Good to see you again. If you're new here and it's the first video I've seen, we've got a number of playlists on the Body Remastered channel. Check them out and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. I'm going to go through 10 things which I wish I knew before I started my muscle building journey. Let's start straight away. Number one, never skip rest. This is so important. And I've said rest instead of sleep because sometimes, you know, sleep can vary in terms of what inadequate number of hours of sleep is per person. Some people function better with more sleep than others. On average, they advise 7 to 8 hours sleep per night. But as I said, some of us have power naps, some of us have different preferences. One thing I will say is listen to your body and make sure you rest. Rest is when you're building muscle. If you carry on being in the gym, you're not resting, you're not going to be building anything. Next one, guys, is that you don't have to sweat buckets in order to have a successful workout. Sweating does not determine how hard you necessarily work. Some people sweat quite profusely. It can be the type of weather. Sometimes it's hereditary. Sometimes it depends what you're wearing. Any weight you think you're losing through sweat is only going to be water weight. Literally, when you drink the water after the exercise, you're going to be putting that weight back on. So it really is not fundamental. Next one is eat little but often. It's important you're keeping that cycle of what they call protein synthesis, which is what's necessary in building muscle. If you have a balanced diet of carbohydrates, fats and proteins, and you're continually supplying your body with that, you'll make sure you're repairing any of the damaged muscle tissues that have been induced through the workout. Trying to shove all your protein and your necessary nutritious calories into one serving through one big meal at night, you know, it's not going to work. Your body can only utilize the amount of protein, for a certain amount of protein at any one period of time. Sometimes consuming the right nutrients just before bed can be really beneficial. Remember, you're not going to be eating. You're technically in a fasted period from the moment you go to sleep until you wake up and have breakfast. So think about that in terms of the repair of muscle. Sometimes it's important to have something that's very high protein, but maybe slow releasing before you go to bed. Milk is a great example, and it's worked for me. It contains what they call casein protein, and that is a slow releasing type of protein, so that while you're asleep, it's slowly releasing and it allows for you to carry on with protein synthesis even while you're asleep. But it doesn't mean you have to get up in the middle of the night and try to get your protein in. You're going to disrupt your sleep, and quite frankly, the change you're going to make is negligible. Don't skip carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are not your enemy. There is a massive link of having carbohydrates and building muscle. Yeah, it's not all about protein. Carbohydrates are also an excellent source of energy after your workouts to replenish the glycogen that you've lost through the muscle building process. So don't miss out on carbohydrates. The seventh one is don't spend longer than 45 minutes max in the gym. Honestly, if you're actually carrying out an intense workout with the right rest ranges and etc., the heavy weights, you will not need to do any more than 45 minutes. And that will be enough for that whole day. In fact, you should also constitute enough rest. And I never thought, I thought you had to be doing it for hours and hours, and I saw people in the gym for doing it hours and hours. It's just not true. Let's be honest, we all have busy lifestyles. If you try and do something that's just not sustainable, you won't keep it up, you'll get miserable, and you'll end up hating the whole muscle building journey. Don't be one of those people. Make sure there is some protein in every meal. That's my 8th point. It aids in muscle recovery and strength training. It also helps you with weight loss. No one ever thinks about that, but it actually helps boost your metabolism, reduce your appetite, so you're not always feeling hungry, and it also encourages weight regulating hormones. The ninth point, guys, is DOMS. This simply stands for sore muscles following physical activity. And people have this view that if they're not sore the day after or even immediately after a workout, some reason that workout was not successful. Not true. DOMS is primarily caused by the lactic acid in the muscle that's caused through the damage of the muscle fibers. In most cases, the DOMS is caused by maybe carrying out a new type of exercise that you've never tried before, or maybe returning to muscle building after having a month or more off. So don't necessarily get discouraged if you don't feel DOMS. In fact, it's actually showing that you're adapting and you're starting to improve your workout so you can necessarily challenge yourself to the next level. The final one, guys, which I really wish everybody knew much more before they start, even if it's motivation to start in the first place, and that is muscle building has so many health benefits. And sometimes you hear a lot of different false myths about muscle building. You know, it's bad for your joints, you're going to get musculoskeletal issues when you get older, it affects your heart in a negative way. I've even heard ridiculous things about muscle turning into fat if you stop carrying out workouts. So you shouldn't start at all because you're going to have that problem. Also, one of the most ridiculous is that strength training can't support your fat loss journey. It absolutely can. Every single one of those things I mentioned are just not true. And I've learned so much, and particularly at Body Remastered, muscle is an underrated solution to fitness and health as well. So, you know, if you're not actually that interested in building muscle, think about it from a health standpoint. It's going to have a massive impact on your health. And cardio and aerobic exercises alone are not the only things that are going to make you healthier. In fact, too much aerobic exercise can do the opposite. Make sure you're including strength training. I'm going to give you a whole list of health benefits right here so you can see every single one of them. But to be honest, I haven't got enough room on the screen to give you all the health benefits. It deserves a whole new video. So thanks very much, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. As I said, don't let that inner person or that doubter or anyone turn you off of building muscle. If you're thinking about it now and you're contemplating starting that journey, I can't emphasize enough to start it. It will change everything. And more mental than actual physical. It will change just the way you think and the way you feel and how you interact with other people. And as we say, let your body fuel your success. So start today, and please subscribe to this channel and subscribe to www.bodyremastered.com, and we will help you along the way to build, strengthen and tone. Until then, see you soon.